Hi everyone, so this is my update. So I'm still on the master cleanse. It is actually day 8. So 8. Every time I say a word that reminds me of food, I get hungry. I'm actually not hungry right now. So I haven't eaten since last Monday. So that was the 12th, and it was actually Thanksgiving here in Canada. And I'm actually feeling really good about my body. Last night, 7th day, I felt like a really desired food. Silver Megs mentioned this, that she really started to appreciate food for what it's really worth, for the nourishment it gives you, and for the social aspects, and for just the overall sense of, well, I guess the fact that it's a soul food. Um, which kind of brings me back to the idea of food being a comfort, and how we should veer away from that. So I'm kind of on the ladder. On the ladder? I'm kind of on the fence about whether I want food to be a comfort or I want food to not be a comfort. So it's kind of the debate I'm having right now. If it's okay for food to be a social event and to be a nourishing event in the way of emotions. I think it's all just a balance. As I mentioned before in the last video, um, I was really struggling with the choices that I made, and I didn't often make necessarily horrible choices for food, um, but I really debated every detail. So, oh, it's not organic, I shouldn't buy that. Oh, that's too much. And it was kind of an all or nothing. And I spoke last night to my fiance about this, um, that I'm really an all or nothing person, and I don't want to be. That's something I want to get away from. So I was saying actually last night, it just feels like once I'm in this master cleanse, I feel like I could stay in it forever. It's so easy. Um, but I know it's not a long-term thing. I'm thinking that today actually might be my last day. I was contemplating up to 40 days of being on the master cleanse, and that again is lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and either maple syrup or honey. And when I say honey and maple syrup, those two things you have to be quite careful with. The maple syrup should be an amber. At least in Canada, it's at least a number 2. I think in these states it's like a class B. Here in Canada we have 3 classes. I'll just speak about this very briefly, just so you know I'm getting good quality stuff. So in Canada there's number 1, 2, and 3. 1 is just the light stuff that you get like from Aunt Jemima or whatever. And 2 is the later in the season, the higher nutrient content, the amber stuff. And number 3, actually, they can only sell straight from farms, straight from their own buckets, straight off the farm. So number 2 is what you can get from stores, and it's organic, but it's also not a long-term thing. The honey is non-pasteurized local honey, so that's of great benefit to you from your immune system, and the fact that it's local really builds up your immunity for what's around you. So the allergens in the air, you take it in your body, and it's protectant for when you're in contact with those things. It's just more encompassing with your local area. Anyway, so those 2 things I've been doing, the honey and the maple syrup, as well as the lemon. I'm reiterating way too much. Anyway, this is like my world right now. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing, and this is again day 8. I don't physically feel hungry. Yesterday I worked a 12-hour shift at the hospital, and it was a very, very busy day, and I really only had time for one or two, actually 2 of my drinks. So that was really only 400 calories up until supper time. Sorry, up until I got home. And I did get home at like 9:30, and then I had some more. But I'm consuming around 1,000 calories a day, which isn't necessarily supporting my metabolism like in an efficient way. This is the way that the cleansing is happening. I am losing quite a bit. At the end of this video, I think I will show you where my body's at right now, and you know, the way I'm feeling right now is actually wonderful. I'm awake. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, um, unsolicited, and I have great energy. I'm actually very surprised because previous to this, when I was eating, you know, what you call regular meals, bad or good for me, whatever, um, I was feeling tired quite often, and now I'm feeling alert. I'm feeling sharp and full of vigor. It could entirely be a mental thing. It could be to do with my um, the the lack of need for processing food right now. But either way, I'm going to tweak this out slowly. I've been trying to do a lot of research on how to get yourself off of it. So at least a couple of days, I'll need to work myself back up to solid food, as to not overwhelm my system. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll cut now to my body shots, and then when I'm at the end, I haven't been making videos every day on this. Excuse me. But I'd like to show you where I'm at now, and then when I'm finished the whole diet, I'll do another check-in there. I don't know if I'm going to go for a couple more days. Today is Tuesday, October the 20th, and I'd like to go until, well, Saturday. I have a nice special crab meal up in Sudbury with some friends, so I'd like to be able to eat that. And okay, so I'll cut now to my body shots. Okay, so I think this is what I was wearing on my first video, so take a look what you think. So it's my belly. Too bright. Let's see here. Back. And there we go. So I'm actually just starting my day here. I'll post back before the weekend and tell you how that's going. I'm probably gonna completely end and get on a bit more solid food or soups or something like that in the next couple days, so let you know how that goes on Friday, and then after I've had a few solid meals and seeing how things transition, I'll post back then. So probably Monday or early in the week next week. I'm really looking forward to seeing how my body really reacts to lactose and lactose and gluten. So those two things, I'm curious as to what